Hey baddies, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna get straight into everything you need for this nail look. You're gonna want a pink chrome, something to apply it with, or just use your fingers, a non-stick building gel, a few base colors. I chose this one and this one from Beetles. Then I also have this heart mold I got from Shein for the heart on my thumb, cat eye polish. You're gonna want a white polish, a top gel, a liner brush, this end of your cuticle pusher, some tools for the building gel, and then the magnet, and then also a palette and a UV lamp and some gloves. So let's get into it. I'm just starting off by painting all my nails with the base color. I'm gonna go ahead and cure the first coat, and then I am gonna go in with a second layer to make it a little bit more opaque. Now for the fun part, the building gel. So you're just gonna want to scoop out a decent sized glob of the building gel, and then you're gonna want to put it onto your palette, and then you're gonna want to use your fingers to roll it out. Make sure you do wear a glove with this because you don't want the gel to touch your skin. Now I'm just cutting it into little sections so that we can get started for the icing. Once you have all your little sections cut out, you're going to want to take one piece and roll it into a ball, and then you're going to place it onto your nail at the bottom. Now I'm just taking some alcohol on my cuticle pusher so that it doesn't stick to the gel when I'm trying to make the indents, and then you're just going to make two little indents and kind of play with it around and shape it to your liking. And I just went ahead and did that on my whole pinky nail. For the top of the pinky nail, I wanted it to be a little bit bigger of a glob, so I took two of those little pieces that we were using for the rest of the nail and put the big glob on top of the pinky, and then I kind of just played around with it until I felt like it was the shape that I wanted. Now I'm going in and doing the exact same thing on my pointer finger that's going to have the cherry on it. I'm just taking a glob out, rolling it, making sure I have my gloves on, and then I'm going to cut that up into little pieces, place it on the nail like normal, and then do the exact same thing. I'm just not going to put a piece at the top or the bottom, and this is how it turned out. Then I'm just going to cure that to lock it in place. Now I'm rolling up another little ball the same size and kind of smushing that into the middle of the nail to create the cherry shape. Also taking my cuticle pusher and making a little dent for the stem to go in, and then I'm rolling a very thin roll or line or whatever you want to call it of builder gel and laying that down to create the stem of the cherry. If you have excess gel, just cut it off with your cuticle pusher. I cut mine off and then I had to tear it the rest of the way, and I wanted some hanging down, so I went ahead and bent it over. And then I'm taking my tool and just messing with the shape so that I can get the shape that I want. Now that we have that nail done, we're going to move on to the balloon nails, which are my personal favorite. I'm just rolling out a thicker roll of that building gel for the number 2 that I'm going to put on my nail, and I'm making sure to buff my nail really well because we will be applying chrome powder and you don't want it to stick. So after I do that, I just dust off the dust, and then I'm just laying that down and kind of messing with it. It doesn't turn out perfect at first, but we will fix that later with the little tool I was using to fix the cherry stem. After I got the shape that I wanted, I went in with my cuticle pusher again and made these little dents that balloons would have in them, just to kind of give it a more realistic balloon look. Now I'm just rolling out a really thin line to put around the perimeter of the balloon so that I can make it have like that seam that balloons have, I guess. So I'm just rolling that out. It looks a little messy, but I did end up going in and cleaning it up with that same tool. I'm telling you guys, this tool is super useful if you're working with 3D designs. And then I'm just taking this little tool and making little divots into that little line I just put on to give it more of a seam look. Then I'm doing the exact same thing for the number 1, and I'm just going to go ahead and lay that down and work with it a little bit. I cut the end of the 1 off so that I could roll out another little piece and put it down at the bottom. I thought it would make it look more like a 1 because I was kind of getting concerned that it wasn't looking like a 1 and it was looking like a 7 instead. So I went ahead and did that, and then I did the exact same thing that I did on the number 2 and rolled out that little seam. Now I'm using this red color for the heart on my thumb and putting some of it into the little mold. Now I will say I did end up breaking it because the inside of the heart will not cure all the way. So I decided to put this in because it was in the thumbnail, but I don't know if it is really that great of an idea. I would honestly recommend just doing it with clear gel and then painting it afterwards so that way it cures all the way through, because the inside of the heart was still wet. So now I'm just taking some white paint and painting all the frosting. And then I'm going to use the red and green cat eye from the beginning of the video to paint the cherry and the cherry stem. I painted 21 on the heart cake that I put on my thumbnail. I didn't get very many clips because I honestly didn't like it. But now moving on to the chrome. I'm using this pretty pink chrome and I'm just rubbing it all over the 2 and the 1. If you do have any of the chrome stick, you can just use acetone on a little Q-tip to clean it up. After you apply the chrome, you're done and you can top coat the nail. I was really excited because these took a long time. They were very fun, but they did take a very long time. And this is the final result. I love them so much. I think this is my favorite set I've ever done. I've been wanting to do cake nails for so long. If you like this video, please leave me a comment. Let me know if you liked it. If you want to see more cake nails, I would love to do them. And as always, thank you so much for being here. I love you all, and until next time. Is it better?